Namaste. Welcome to practice. We look at technique today, a meditation practice that invites the mind to settle. The mind is constantly moving and it's designed to think. So it's not so much that we do a practice that is gonna calm the mind 100%, but we just use the meditation and the tools given to find a little bit more stillness in the mind. And once the mind becomes a little bit more quiet, we are able to see the inner joy, the inner light, and the inner peace that's in us. It's always waiting for us to return. So find your meditation posture, any seat that feels comfortable for you. You can even sit in a chair. There's not really a need to sit on the floor. If you're comfortable sitting cross-legged or kneeling, welcome to find the pose that feels more comfortable for you. The idea is that we can find a posture that feels comfortable so we can stay present and hopefully we're able to keep the mind quiet. So we want to be comfortable. Once you find a seat, just allow your hands to come down to rest on your legs. And if it feels comfortable closing the eyes, we close the eyes. Otherwise, relaxing the eyes, whatever that means to you. It can be just finding a half gaze. And what we want is to start to move the senses inwards and to begin exploring the breath. Notice any unnecessary tension in the body. Noticing especially the abdomen, all the abdominal muscles. And seeing if there is any tension, if you're contracting the belly. And allow the belly to completely relax and soften. And when we allow that to happen, then we might notice that the breath starts to move down into the belly. As we relax the belly and we inhale, there is expansion. And as we exhale, there is a gentle contraction of the belly. So you draw the belly slightly in to empty the breath completely. And you find your own breath. Letting the inhalation invite you to find expansion in the belly. And the exhalation invites you to find a gentle contraction of the belly without creating any tension in the breath. And see if you can connect to a breath that's very calm, that's very gentle, but at the same time deep and long. And just notice if there are any pauses between each breath, any gaps. And can you try to allow the breath to be more fluid so there are not gaps, not spaces. After the inhalation, the exhalation begins, and after the exhalation, the inhalation begins. As if there was no end. And we do our best to keep the breath very quiet and silent so we can keep our awareness in. So we can keep the senses moving inwards. Keep your awareness resting in the breath, in and out, finding a rhythm in the breath. And as the mind begins to notice the rhythm of the breath and connect to the rhythm of the breath, the mind is automatically gonna slow down and relax and become more calm. There's nothing really that you need to do to control the mind. We simply observe the breath and we only change the breath. We only become aware of the breath and do our best to relax the breath. And whatever we do to the breath, we do to the mind as well. So simply allowing yourself to observe and to make the breath very quiet and very long and very deep. And as you keep the same breath, move your awareness to the space in between the eyebrows and just resting your awareness here. And as you rest your awareness here, just sense or feel or visualize a lake. And that's the lake of the mind. And every time you notice a thought coming, it's like a ripple on the lake. And you simply observe this lake. And as a thought comes, it creates a ripple. And once it passes, the lake becomes still. Observing a thought coming, you see a ripple in the lake, and then the thought goes and passes, and the lake becomes still. Noticing how thoughts simply come and go, and you simply noticing and observing without getting involved. You simply notice the ripple, how it appears and it disappears. Now move your awareness to the space behind the head, just outside the head, at the level of the eyebrows. And sense or feel or visualize a full moon, a bluish, luminous full moon behind the head. And this full moon is reflected in the lake. And you can see this reflection without being distorted because the lake is very calm and very still. And you can see the reflection of the full moon. You see the beautiful reflection of the full moon, a bluish light reflected on the lake of the mind, being very still. And you're observing and you're taking in the beauty of this scene. And now you're going to take the full moon to the midbrain inside your head. And you can visualize this in a way that feels right for you. There's nothing wrong or right. You can just sense it or feel it. Don't overthink it. This full moon is in the midbrain. And you feel its light expanding all around the mind. It's healing every single corner of the mind and the psyche. A healing, calming light that radiates, that expands. And you feel your mind fill with this healing and this calming light. And just feel and sense that the qualities of this light, of this moonlight, very calm, soothing, healing. And as you connect and you feel and you sense these qualities, you can start to connect to a place of inner peace, tranquility. Feel and sense that inner peace that is always in you, just waiting for you to come back, to return. Allowing yourself to rest here for a moment. in your inner peace, in your tranquility and stillness and silence that is inside you. And allow these qualities to stay with you. Come back to observe the breath. And take deeper inhalations and exhalations. And as you start to return and to come back to the breath and the physical body, bring the qualities that we cultivated in the practice with you. Let them stay with you. Now sense your body, your physical body, and allow your hands to come together in front of the heart. And we bring the palms to touch. And now we create heat in between the palms by rubbing the hands together. And let your hands come to rest over the eyes. Just covering the eyes here with your hands. And blink your eyes open 3 times. Just receiving all this energy that we created and cultivated. And closing the eyes again. And return the hands back to your heart center, bringing the palms together. And taking a moment here to thank yourself for showing up to your meditation practice. Honoring this space that you have created for yourself to calm the mind, to return to a place of inner peace. And from that place of gratitude, we say to each other, Namaste. Thank you very much for practicing with me.